demonstrates by personal examples what Reiki is all about. How an unseen life force energy flows through us all the time. And today, India Holden is a businesswoman. How about that? I retyped the same thing. India continuously demonstrates what she believes. Today she's going to give us an impromptu 5 to 7 minute speech, a title which she will share with us. India.
The title is Inclusion. So 2015 was many things, and one of the things it was to me is it was a year of inclusion. The Pope went around the world and spoke about the poor. Black Lives Matter started. Same-sex marriage was sanctioned by the highest court in the country and included people of the same sex loving each other, being allowed to formalize that with marriage. It was also a year that began to include the transgender community. There are laws being worked on right now to legitimize transgenderness and to extend protections to transgender people. So today I want to talk about the difference between transgender and genderqueer. They're in the same umbrella, LGBTQ. But I think a lot of times people don't know what the difference is. Transgender, in a nutshell, is that you feel that you are of a different gender than the one that your body parts seem to dictate. Transgender often includes a transformation called male to female, which means that you are a trans woman, or female to male, which means that you are a trans man. So the opposite of what you started out with as an assignment at birth. There is a global movement in Germany, in Iran, in Australia, a third sex now, which is, we don't know yet. So that's fantastic, because a lot of people start out when they're born with it being indeterminate. And then until now it was, well, you got to pick one, your parents. Well, that can really lead to tragedy. So this is the transgender. Now genderqueer is very, very different. Genderqueer means that you are queering gender. So queer can be anything like fusion cuisine, queers, the two different kinds of three cuisines that you are combining. So it's like making it be other than what we think it is. So there's heteronormative, which is, it's binary. You are either a woman or you are a man. Pick one. When you're genderqueer, you go, no, I'm not picking one. Why would you not pick one? Maybe you're not comfortable picking one. Now, there are some myths around genderqueerness. The first one is you're just trying to get attention. You're attention seeking. That was the one that I believed in. In 2006, I took a class about listening. And there was a trans woman there. It was a guy, obviously with long hair and breasts. And I was like, you're just trying to get attention. And then my teacher said, you're just stupid. Because you don't know anything about genders. And I was like, yeah, I know there's women and men. What is your problem? She was like, really? That just shows you don't know anything about genders. So Facebook tells us there are 51 genders to choose from. Right? That's like a mind blower. And it was so weird because I was like, that is so cool. I'm going to pick one of those and it's not woman. I thought I was being an ally. And so I picked Two-Spirit, which is historically the natives, the indigenous people of this continent. They had two-spirit people. You know, the spirit of the female, the spirit of the male. And then there's Hiraji, which is from India, and there's a few more. There's one in Hawaii. So this is sort of not a new thing, but for us in our culture, it is a new thing. Transparent, a show about a trans woman, won Golden Globes. It was renewed in season, very interesting. I've been watching it. And again, genderqueer just means you're not picking. Today, maybe you're more like a woman, or maybe you're more like something that we don't even know a word for yet. So we're in exciting times, where instead of being locked into a binary, you know that always sucks, being locked in, like this is the box, that's who you are, instead of being who you are being. So even for genderqueer people, there's this rush to one side, well, pick one. Because we're so married to, I need to know what I am. You need to know what I am. I need to know what you are. But we know how uncomfortable that is, right? Now, if you say to me, you're charismatic, I'm like, yeah, I'll own that. You're charismatic. Or if you say to me, you're cool, yeah, I own that. But then, oh boy, next week I gotta come back and I gotta be cool and I gotta be charismatic. Rather than just being who I am. So it's just this amazing opportunity for us to own that we're ourselves. So I am including, and I hope that we culturally will include that we're all people. Last time we checked, we're definitely beings that are running around in manifested real bodies. And we do stuff, and we think stuff, and we believe stuff. And those are things that are true about us. And everything else is really our decision. And everything else is up for grabs. And the more we allow ourselves to just, let me not pick, let me just keep evolving, let me just keep growing, let me just keep experiencing, let me just keep expressing, we get an enormous kind of freedom. And I believe that we create a world that really works for everyone. So I am not picking. I am genderqueer, and I don't know what that means. It means one thing today, it means another thing tomorrow, or maybe for the next 20 years it'll mean the same thing, or maybe I don't care, because the fact is, I'm me-gendered.
If you would fill out the evaluation sheet.